Hey y'all, how y'all doing out there? I'm Kel.
I'm Jake.
And you are kicking it with Kel and Jake. Yo man, it's another day at the office.
Another day at the office.
Well, on the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, the office is what you make it, I guess.
I guess it is, but we got some things we gotta do. Man, I love being a filmmaker out here, bro.
Me too.
I love doing that job, man. But there's some people I would love to work with, and that's our topic today.
Yes, it is.
What filmmaker or who in the business of filmmaking would you love to work with? Do you have any ideas who you'd like to work with, Jake?
First and foremost, I would like to work with Roger Deakins. I want to make sure I get his name right because I always leave the S off. I either call him Deacon or Deakins.
Deakins?
And it's Deakins. I just pulled up his IMDb.
So you're just making up names?
Yeah, pretty much. Sorry if I leave the S off. I'm not English. I'm not British, so I don't understand correct English as far as what they say,
Mine not always correct either.
Yeah, he's the one that shot 1917, No Country for Old Men. He also did 007 Skyfall with Daniel Craig. Like that, that was shot really well. I'd suggest if you're want to learn modern cinematography, definitely check out Skyfall and 1917 because those two.
So what is the reason why you want to work with that guy?
Just the way that he shoots is similar kind of to the way that I shoot. He shoots, it's not just medium wides and close-ups, it's a lot of movement. He'll do a lot of crane shots, he'll do a lot of running shots and a lot of POV stuff. He does really good with action, really good with action films.
So you want to get more into action?
Yeah,
films
and I want to shoot creatively. I always like movement. I don't like static shots. If we can, because even what we did with Mario, how we picked up the camera, went handheld a couple times and just moved it around. Yeah, he does a lot of that and a lot of crane shots, and that's
I would a lot of the movement shots as far as movement is really up to the director based off of what they're trying to shoot. Yeah. And if the script asks for a little bit movement. Yeah. But I mean, I understand where you're coming from. Is there any other reason that you want to work with him?
Yeah. Well, I just noticed that common trend with all his movies. His movies have a ton of movement. And that's probably why he gets hired, is because they're looking for that specifically. Somebody else, honestly, as far as just in the industry,
actors or anything you got in mind?
Yeah. I would, I guess if they fit a role, there's not really anybody specifically, but I would love to get in on a Tarantino set. I would love to check out.
That'll be cool. Because I mean, he's a weird guy.
Yeah, I think they think different on his sets.
I bet they do. I mean, you can learn so much from him because his movies are a lot different than what you will actually see from an actual filmmaker. Yeah. That's why he's very creative. Yeah. And it's not traditional stuff.
No, and he's unorthodox. He prides himself in not going to film school and just kind of getting in the industry and just making films his way.
And they work.
Yeah, they work. He's similar to a Kevin Smith, but he's a lot more successful.
Yeah.
Very similar, but a lot more successful.
Yeah, man. But I think for me, I would love to work with F. Gary Gray.
Okay.
One of the favorite movies that I love the most is Friday that he did. And I think that he's a very, very, very talented guy. He is one of the guys that I just watched, and I'm like, dang, you don't even know he's done this movie because I didn't even realize that was the director for Set It Off.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, my God, this guy is very talented, and he came from doing music videos and things like that. Yeah. So I would love to work with him, and I would love to work with Antoine Fuqua.
Okay.
And he's a very talented guy. Now, if we're going to anybody like an actor or something like that, I've always loved the work that Jeffrey Wright would do.
Okay.
He's not real big name, but I love his work, and I love what Don Cheadle does. I think he's one of the best actors that I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge Don Cheadle fan. Okay. But yeah, man, if it comes to film, just filmmaking or learning from, I would love to learn from F. Gary Gray or Antoine Fuqua. But if it's acting, if I can learn some pointers from a guy who's been on stage and has been in films, I think Jeffrey Wright is the guy for me. Because I think I can learn a lot from him because he's very intelligent and he knows what he's talking about. and then he can switch from character to character with no problem. He did Top Dog, Underdog on Broadway, where it's just a 2-man show. So you have to do a whole show with just 2 people on stage.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's very hard, especially like even if you had to do like something that was like a 1-man show. I can't remember the guy's name, but there's another guy that I really respect out there. Everybody wants to run and say, "Oh, Denzel and stuff." I think Denzel is a wonderful actor, but Jeffrey Wright just does it for me, or Don Cheadle does it for me.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. So, other than that, I'm just one of those guys who's into just the film industry. I got to work on a few sets myself in the industry and stuff, and I had a great time. I learned a whole lot, and so working with those type of people on sets, I think that it could actually help me grow as a filmmaker because of the type of work that they're able to accomplish and the things that they've accomplished in their careers.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a stepping stone for me to actually go to that next level and do the things that I want to do.
Yeah, no, it definitely will. And they paved the way, and they've honestly been doing it a hell of a lot longer, and they can get like whole features shot in like 15, 20 days. So
yeah, man,
there's a reason that like I'm sure we could learn a lot from each one of those dudes.
Yeah, exactly. Just like what's his name, Martin
Scorsese. Yeah, if you stay kicking, bro, I want to work with you as well. You gotta stay alive for me now. You gotta stay alive for me, Martin.
Yeah, there's some really talented guys out there in the business, and I'm just, just learning and trying to grow. So
yeah,
I would love to like work with one of those guys, man. It'll be an honor, man, just to be on set, just to watch what they do.
Yeah, dude, Scorsese is like the definition of filmmaking. Like when you think of a film, you think Martin Scorsese. Yeah. You think Scorsese when you think of filmmaking.
I'm glad you said his last name because I have a hard time seeing it, but I do love your work, sir.
Yeah. Dude, absolutely. And yeah, no disrespect on the name or like the still kicking. We're kicking it over here. So.
Yeah, we're just playing.
Yeah, we are. But if
you have an opportunity,
stay alive
please call me.
Yeah.
You can call me at 972-533-8608.
Yep.
Yes, call me.
Yep. You call me at 214-284-8600. Hit me up.
Man. But like, I love this business. I love working in film. I think the bigger that we get, we can have more people on set and helping us grow the business.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things I want to work with big crews and stuff, doing this independent thing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't actually work with a lot of big crews. It's kind of small, intimate things, but yeah, that's the goal, man, and getting bigger sets done and we could do a little bit more with that and gaining that knowledge.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and we can figure out how to go in and out and just transition from scenes, like the best way, like to move from one scene to another.
Shoot something.
Yeah,
to shoot it.
And utilize all the hours in the day and
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like right now, I'm working on my film that I wrote with a friend of mine back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of I did a vision of it. So it's a lot different than what we had at first, but I rewrote it. And right now we're working on trying to get it produced and things like that. And it was called Split Decision, but now we're going to change the name up to Shattered Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And I look forward to seeing that on the big screen. Hopefully we'll get a big budget for it. If not, we'll figure out how we can shoot it with the budget that we actually receive for it. But I'm very, very happy about that because I'm learning more about the business as far as like learning how to budget, as far as like the things that's going on set every day, how we're going to break those down, scene breakdown and things like that. So I'm interested in that because I came in independently doing this. I came from a theater side, so I didn't actually go to school for learning film.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited about the learning process of everything that we're going through with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be dope, man. And I'm excited to see what you do with your film because the script's pretty fire. You got a good script.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I'm excited to see how that one turns out.
It took time writing it, man.
Yeah.
I wrote that actually in a week, but the revision took me a week to go through and redo it and stuff like that. But I think it's a good script. I think people will like it.
The characters are relatable. They're really relatable.
I tried to make them relatable, make it to where people can see what we're doing and see who these people are and, get an attachment to them.
Yeah.
So that's our show. If you would like to know more about us, You can comment in the comment section and let us know if you have any topics that you want us to talk about. Please let us know. And also, please like and subscribe on the channel and hit that bell button so you'll know when we drop a new episode. And I am Kel.
And I'm Jake.
And you have been kicking it with Kel and Jake. Peace.